Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever the case may be, wherever you are on this bright, beautiful planet of ours. I am your humble host, Mike S. Miller. And this evening with me, I have my very good, very old friend. Old meaning I've known him a long time. Not that he's old.
No, I am old.
Gary Shipman.
I'm older than you think, my friend.
How old are you?
Really? 52.
Really?
52 years young.
Wow. You don't look a day over 51.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Gary is also an artist. He's most noted for his independent. There it is. You have to speak, otherwise you're speak.
Is it backwards? I can't tell.
No. It's showing up fine on the screen. So Gary does, or has done for 20. How many years?
Oh boy.
When did you start Packins Land?
50. No. Probably 20 years. 25 maybe? Oh wow. I need to look at a date. I don't know. It's been a long time.
You're making too much noise.
It's been a long time, my friend. Let me see.
Been a long time, been a long time, been a long, lonely.
Okay, here's the blue line from Image, and this was the last issue that I did.
When was that?
Let's see the date in this. Oh boy.
So Gary, Packins Land is sort of a not fairy tale. Oh, you freaking pitch it. It's your book.
Okay, Packins Land is an allegorical.
That's the word.
There you go, allegorical. Yes, story in a fantasy. It's a fantasy, so it's about this boy who goes into a magical world called Packins Land, where he is befriended by an eagle of light, which represents goodness, all things good. And since it's a magical world, it is allegorical. Right.
Almost parabolic.
It's parabolical.
It's parabolically allegorical. And fantastical.
We could go through it page by page if you'd like. Page 1.
So yeah, I remember talking to Gary back in like 1997 or something like that, but he doesn't remember because he's old and his memory is fading. But then later on, about what was that, 12 years ago or something like that, we published Packins Land when I was running Alias Comics.
Yes,
we were just trying to find filler to.
Thank you.
No, but Gary does some great work. I've got his link in the description down there if you want to check out. He does a lot of drawing, illustrating videos. Do you do them twice a day now, or what?
I'm doing them at least once a day. Here's one I've been working on.
There you go.
Not quite done, but this one was kind of ambitious. I was thinking that I would get it done in one video. But it's taken like 4, and I think I'm gonna have to do 5. So 5 days of live streaming to get this picture done.
Mein Gott.
Yes. So I have done 2 live streams in one day, but at least I'll do 1. I'm gonna do 1.
Okay.
So yeah.
Gosh, I look yellow. I guess I am.
And I look red.
You're a big.
We need one more
ball.
We need one more person to come in to be blue.
That would be Ed McGuinness. Yeah, Ed's been up in Maine for way too long. His skin has lost all its tone. So,
wow.
So anyways, for my viewers. Gary is one of us, but he is the quiet type who doesn't speak much about his.
I don't speak much.
Doesn't speak much at all. Put the book down, dude. They got it. They can go to your. Do you have that for sale anywhere?
Do a screen capture. Are they what? Say it again.
You have that for sale anywhere?
I wish. See, what I'm wanting to do is I want
Gary's
to.
also the world's worst businessman.
Thank you, Mike. I've gotten better. I've gotten better since I've taken your advice on things. But what I'm wanting to do is actually do my own Indiegogo to relaunch Packins Land.
And you need?
And I need sage advice.
Sage advice. Well, I'm only 2 days into mine.
And yet you're doing wonderfully.
Well, that's because I took. I've been studying the whole crowdfunding thing for a while. I've got a book full of notes on the things. You can't see it because that's just white. A bunch of notes on what you can do to crowdfund. I will read them for you. See what the guys with the whole Comicsgate thing, like Ethan and Mitch and DNC, they're kind of just focusing on one part of the whole of the crowdfunding formula, which is influencing. So there's when you're a person on YouTube and you talk directly to your fans, I mean, not even just YouTube, but primarily we're talking about YouTube. If you've got a fan base that you communicate with and they get to know you, they get to like you, they get to trust you, then that trust becomes transferable to things that you believe in, right? So like, you know, oh, I know Gary, I trust him. He says that Mike Miller's Lone Star is pretty cool. I'll go check it out because he said so. You know, you're gonna have a bunch of guys coming over to your page now to check it out. I can't guarantee you they'll subscribe, Gary, but you know, right, they'll check it out because I asked them to, and they trust my opinion. Sorry, I gotta clean my ear real quick. First time ever on YouTube, someone cleaning their ear with a Japanese ear pick. But I've got a buddy who is a he makes a living on Kickstarter. He does about $500,000 every single time he does a Kickstarter, and he's got a whole process that he goes through. Hey, Micah, I'm on the YouTubes. Can you be quiet, please? You know, here, let me drop my mic down here so you can probably cut out some of the external noise.
I like external noise.
Yes. Well, I have an abundance of it here. Sick, baby 1, baby 1, 2. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Gary, can you hear me now?
Oh, I thought you were talking to
shoot, I can't hear you.
Of course I hear you. You're on a mic. I hear you.
Yeah, I had the mic, but it's got the headsets, and the headsets make my ears sweat. So
your ears sweat?
So so along with not just my friends' advice and whatnot, but I also went and I researched a bunch of different crowdfunding videos on YouTube to see how, you know, how these different people, you know, successfully launch these crowdfunds. And, you know, everybody does things a little bit different. So I tried to focus on the things that they all kind of overlapped on, right? Because not everything's going to work for everybody, right? So like I was saying, these guys, they're just using that one part, which is the influencer part, which is an integral part of the entire plan, but it's not the entire plan. So let me start with, obviously, influencers. That's influencers can generate quality leads. You need to generate and build up an email list. So say you're going to conventions, or say you're on your YouTube or any social media, or any way you could think about it to collect people's emails, not just random people's emails, the emails of people who are interested in your work, right?
Okay.
So you collect those emails because that's like a quality list. You don't want to just spam out a bunch of random people. You want people who will like see your email and be like, oh man, Gary's emailing me. I want to see what he has to say, right? And that doesn't just mean your mom and dad and whatever. And a note is that Indiegogo Kickstarter is not product testing. So your product has to be done. It has to be, well, not done, but it has to be, you're not launching it to see if people like it, right? It's not product testing. Make sure you have a product that you know people are gonna like before you put it on Kickstarter and Indiegogo, because the purpose of Kickstarter and Indiegogo isn't to product test, it's to get you the money to complete the project so that the people can get it. Follow?
I do.
Okay. You have to put a 200% effort into your marketing push, whether that is, you know, finding as many people you can find to do interviews, you know, do a press release, find anyone who will agree with you, who'd be willing to bring you on their channel or share their stuff, your stuff. If you know somebody who has an email list who likes the same thing you're doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, Mike, do you have an email list I can borrow?
No, you don't borrow the email list. You just ask them if they'd be willing to like mention you in their next PR or their next email blast or whatever.
Okay.
Because yeah, you don't want to be cold emailing people from somebody else's list, right? Right. And you don't want to be sharing your list with whoever, right?
Okay.
Right. Let's see. So yeah, you want to make
primarily you're getting your email list. You're generating your email list off of like your fan base, which you're finding like at comic book conventions and things like that.
My email list comprised of the emails I've been collecting over about the past year and a half from conventions. I just started about a year and a half ago to ask people to give me their email addresses if they're interested in my upcoming personal project.
Right. Okay.
And then the others, I created a Wix site where you can go sign up to my email list directly, and it's in my description, and it's a permanent link in my description. So I'm always saying, if you haven't joined my email list, join my email list, because that's another problem is that you know, we're conservatives, and YouTube has this nasty habit of targeting conservatives to like delist us, what's the word? That's not bright enough. Oops.
You need more yellow. Just your monitor.
Sorry, I only got the half. So now you just knocked my train of thought.
So you were saying that YouTube seems to not be very happy with.
They're not friendly with conservatives, and they'll demonetize you. I don't know. They might even block you. And at some day they might just get a wild hair up their butt and just say, okay, no more conservative, and they'll just. So you want to have a way that all this goodwill you've developed with your fans and the people that you've brought into your circle on YouTube, that you can still reach them if YouTube decides to turn fascist, right?
Right. Okay.
Right. And it's happened before. I mean, look what Facebook and Twitter were doing to conservatives during the election, right?
Right.
It's no bueno. We're not their favorite people. So, anyways, so you get all that marketing, you get all the interviews you can, and you push that stuff for the first day. The first day is your biggest day. So whatever your first day is, they say you'll make like 2 to 3 times whatever you made on your first day, unless there's some other level of marketing stuff. I was listening to one Kickstarter guy who he launched his Kickstarter, and then he was tailoring his ads. See, what you should be doing is tailoring your ad before the Kickstarter launches to see what gets the most responses. And that's the good thing about Facebook ads, is you can narrow it down. Like, you can say that I only want people that are interested in comic books, superheroes, Captain America, and freaking Donald Trump, right? So if it's people that have all four of those interests, it's like a laser targeted advertising campaign.
Okay. So you are doing Facebook marketing? I mean, you're using their ad.
You know what, dude? If I had like thousands of dollars right now, I would be dumping it into Facebook marketing. But I'm only doing like $10 a day because I'm broke. But still, the last Facebook ad that I launched, it was on there for I think 5 days, and it got me something like 193 click-throughs on my YouTube ad. So now, but that was prior to my Indiegogo. So the one I just launched today goes straight to my Indiegogo. So now if I get 193 click-throughs for $10, or actually that was $75. So say I paid another $75 and I got 193 click-throughs and I sold, you know, I got 3 of those people to buy something, it would more than pay for itself. If 3 of those people bought something big, then it's like, you know, profits. But yeah, so that part of the advertising is vital to an overall successful campaign. Unless, I mean, dude, these guys have like 68, Ethan has 68, DNC has 80,000 subscribers. So they can, because of their base, they don't need to do any of that other stuff, right? And they're making $500,000. Right. So, but if they had taken some of that $500,000 and started investing it in targeted Facebook advertising, they could get to $1 million. Okay. You know?
So let me ask you this. How do you know that you made a sale or you got someone interested directly from one of those ads?
Well, after you run the ad, actually during the time you're running the ad also, you can get the ad statistics, the analytics from the ad, and it'll tell you how many views it had. It'll tell you how many clicks it had, you know, click-throughs and whatnot. So if I got, you know, exactly 93, no, it wasn't 193, it was 93 for $75. So it was like 90 something cents per click-through, right? But for every however many of those click-throughs, somebody's going to be interested enough to buy. Although last time it was just to my YouTube video, so there was nothing to buy. But now I'm going to be pushing it that way. Yeah. So.
Okay. So once you have your list of emails, then what? You just will write them and say, "Hey, I started my Indiegogo," or "Come check out something." What?
I wrote a PR. First, I did in order to get people to come in and get my email, join my email list. I offered them something for free. It was a 100 DPI version of a poster that people were very interested in. So they came in, and I said, if you sign up to my email list by Sunday night, then Monday morning you're going to get this free 100 DPI image. Which 100 DPI is good enough. You know, you printed stuff. It's good enough to print out and like hang on your wall, but it's not like a poster quality thing, right? And they appreciated it, and so they signed up. So I got a good number of people from that. So you want to, as you build your email list, you want to be encouraging people to join the email list by giving them whatever. If it's freebies, if it's just stuff that makes them special, stuff that only includes them, right? Like nobody else in the world can get this unless you're on my email list, and that makes you part of my club, right?
Right, yeah. It's a good idea.
Because, you know, you can't do any of this without fans, right? They become your family. They're the foundation, right? You're just like the flag on top of the house, but you have to build that foundation. It's the fans that prop you up. Otherwise, you're just a lonely guy on the street drawing on the sidewalk with chalk and asking for tips.
That's right. Yep. I've been that
guy. So yeah, it's vital that you can communicate with the fans and build up that relationship. I mean, I got guys coming to my page like every day, the same guys. It's like we're freaking we're starting to really build this rapport. You know, I can't wait to meet these guys at conventions. I hope they're not like stalkers or crazy or anything. No, they're all like really good guys, and you know, it's nice. It's so much better than like any other social media, because they'll just, you know, they'll be on the fly asking me questions, and I can just sit here and wax rhapsodic for 20 minutes on one little question in the chat, and then 20 minutes of the chat goes by, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm 20 minutes behind now.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's really fun. I enjoy it a lot.
Well, something that I noticed about, I mean, I tried to do video on YouTube years ago. Like if people go to my channel and they see, I have videos from like, I don't know, 4, maybe even longer, 4 years ago. And I never could get it to work the way I wanted because I need the interaction. I'm not good at being alone. Like I can sit here and talk to you and it's fine. But when I'm by myself videoing something, I got nothing. It's all my thoughts are up here.
I totally get you. You can see some of my earlier videos when I only had like one person watching, and I'm like sitting there, somebody asked me something, so I had something. You know, I'm not good. Like Ethan's really good at just like spitting ideas out and just coming up with stuff and whatever. And I'm just like, I'm so like, if I start drawing, I just go right brain, and you know, I don't want to start.
Exactly what I think. I'm always right brain mostly, but yeah. Once I started, I only started doing live streams like this week, like in the last 5 or 6 days, and it made such a difference when people were coming on and they were asking questions. I felt like I was at a con or something, and I was talking to people and they were asking questions, and it was
How
cool.
fun is it, dude? It's fun, right?
Totally is fun. I never even thought that would be it. I know. I want to do it all the time. It's awesome.
Dude, I was on like 9 hours yesterday.
Oh, oh man. But you know what's another thing though is that I just lost my train of thought. But
okay, as long as Gary's train of thought is off the rails, everybody go down. I put his link in the description. I mean, he's a real fun, cordial guy. So yeah, hop over there when he's doing live streams and you know, ask him some questions that'll derail him from his artistic process.
Right. Oh, what I was going to say, what I got derailed from is that this video right now is probably one of the first ones, at least in a live stream, it is the first one where people see my face. Getting over the phobia of showing yourself. I haven't done that on my live stream. It's only been like this, my hands. And so this is, they probably don't even know what I look like unless they're coming over now, which they probably are. Probably everybody that is on my YouTube channel already is on yours. So
is your YouTube channel running right now?
No, I shut the live stream off. Okay. What I mean is anybody who is subscribed to me is probably already subscribed to you, so they'll, if they watch this, then they'll see.
You had 300 subscribers before I did, so.
Okay. Well, they're probably all yours now.
There's only 63 people watching right now. It's you're not going to double your viewership because of this. I have 1,000 subscribers, but the most I've ever had is like 102 live streaming viewers at once, which was like yesterday, and that was great.
Awesome.
Okay, let's get back to this.
Well, I was so stoked. I just want to say this. When I saw your thing on Indiegogo take off, I was like, no. I mean, I knew it was going to do good, but within 24 hours, you had it, I think. Maybe 14. Within 14, yeah. I was going to say 12, but that was awesome. Congrats.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah.
Did you see the projection? The projection is up like around 100,000 or something like that. And if that happens, I'll be very happy.
Creeping. Every time I look at it, it's creeping up and creeping up and creeping up. So
yeah, let me see where it's at right now. Let me shout out. There's a few people that bought some since the last time. Not a lot. Well, actually, okay. Grant Katsumata, cover A autograph. Thank you. Ryan Yellen, Lone Star, cover B. Thank you. Tim Callahan, cover B. Joe Huttentorf, cover B. Phil Weiss, cover B, autographed. Mike Porter, cover B. And Mike Hag, digital comic version. Actually, I didn't even refresh that to see if that's new. So I'm up to like 300 and how many people? Almost as many. Okay, hold on. I'm up to 366. Oh, and I got Nick Pete. Nick's buying more stuff. Nick, your wife is going to kill you. Nick just bought a cover B with a head sketch and a blank bust cover. And then NC Jeff got Early Bird Special, and Hobson File got cover A autographed, and Michael Velacci got cover A autographed, and Tony Nasser got both covers autographed. Wow! So wow, you know what? That's crazy. That's a big bump just in the last hour. And you know, oddly, guess what I did in the last hour?
What did you do? An ad?
I haven't been on YouTube. I just launched my Facebook ad.
Okay. Awesome. That's amazing.
Oh, actually, and I did post it again on my Facebook. So.
Oh, but here's something else that happened. You also are talking with me. So you're gonna probably see a huge spike.
Yeah, you're like my lucky rabbit's foot. Can I cut your hand off and put it on a keychain?
But I'm not fuzzy.
Getting less fuzzy every year, buddy.
Hey, there you go. Always back.
All right, so we got through the PR, the influencers, the emails, and the full push for day one. Another thing, and I saw this really work in my campaign, is the Be There First incentive. Have a early bird special, right? So my early bird special was $100 thing and there was only 100 of them. And I've sold over 80 of them. I haven't even checked lately how many are still there.
What does that even mean, though? Early bird special is before you launch? What?
No. It means that, you know, it's first come, first serve. There's only 100 of them. So the first 100 people that grab them got them, and nobody else gets them.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I have a note here that says conversion is key, and basically that means that anything you can do or say or whatever to get a fan, someone on your email list, whatever, to, oh yeah, I'm over 21,000 now. Woot woot.
Oh, I thought you knew that. I was going to tell you.
No.
Dude,
You're
over 21,000 right now.
Nice. So anything you can do to get anyone to actually pull that trigger, you know, do it. So
what do you mean by that? Say that you said that, and
yeah, so like you send an email to somebody. You're not just trying to say hi, and you're not saying just, oh, buy my book. You've got to find, you've got to give them a reason, right? You got to give them a reason to want to buy your book. And you know that there's a million ways to answer that question, so it's hard for me to just, you know, focus on
engage, basically engage.
Engage, yeah. Like for me, what I'm doing is I'm doing anyone who buys something in this first 30-day window. You know I'm doing like the Blacklist universe. So this is like the first brick in the building that is the Blacklist universe that I'm planning to launch, you know, over time, right? You know about that?
Yeah, I've got a whole thing. I've seen your stuff.
Right. So for the first 30 days, I've got this thing called the Lone Star Squadron, which is anyone who supports me at any level, even just the $5 level for joining the Lone Star Squadron, becomes a member of an elite group of people, of a handful. It's, you know, 20 years from now, when we've got 60 books coming out and you know, hundreds of thousands of fans or whatever, the few thousand people, hopefully, right now I've got 300, the few thousand people that bought during this 30-day window will have like exclusive, not just bragging rights that they were there first. They're going to get a membership ID. They're going to get, you know, early bird stuff. They're going to get freebies, you know, stuff like that. That's exclusive for them. And I'll, you know, I'll accept ideas of what I can do to, you know, to make this better. And you talk to the fans, you see what they want, but you want to figure out what will move them towards pulling the trigger. And for me, it has been a lot of listening to the feedback in the chats on the live streams. I've changed a lot of the Indiegogo after day one because of suggestions in the chat window. And it's really, it has helped out, yeah.
You can do that after you've launched. You can still change things.
You can't change something after someone's bought it, but you can add tiers. You can hide tiers. So like I kind of screwed up on the early bird special when I was porting it over from.
That's why you're watching it. So once it hits 100, you're like gonna hide it or something.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hide it, and then I'm gonna bring up another tier to replace it that isn't as exclusive. So instead of 100, it'll be like 500, and I probably won't even sell through those, but I'll make it available.
Okay.
Yeah, listen to the fans. They know what they want better than we do. This is more of a general thing, but solving a problem is your product solving a problem. In the comic book world, is your product filling a void that isn't there? Something that people have been wanting. And this whole Comicsgate thing is about solving that problem, filling that void, right? There is a hunger out there for stories that aren't shoving SJW pablum down people's throats every other page, right? They want to see great action hero, whatever stories that you know, that don't necessarily even reflect their worldview per se, but just aren't heavy-handed in their politics. Because it's happening so much in Marvel and DC and Image. Oh my Lord. So yeah, I had that written, a lot of comics already, why another, and that's the answer to that one. Interview format. Oh, the key and most important, aside from all this other stuff, right? The most important thing on your Indiegogo page,
okay,
is your video.
Okay.
Your video is your commercial, right? You and I was talking to a friend of mine who majored.
Should I move in close, Mike? Because this is more of an intimate.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I hear you.
I'm just leaning forward because my back's getting sweaty on my leather chair.
Hit me with the video. Hit me.
Your video is key. It's a commercial. So, you know, they keep commercials down at 30 seconds because people get bored, right?
Yes.
So I was talking to a friend of mine from high school who's a PR major and all that journalism and stuff like that. And he's like, if you don't capture the attention of your audience within 27 seconds, you've lost them. So whatever it is you do for your video, you can't like lollygag your way or just sit there and talk and talk and talk. You need to get to the point, and you need to make the pitch of something. I mean, you don't have to make the whole pitch, but you have to get something that hooks them and drags them in and makes them want to watch the rest of your video, whether it's 50 seconds or 4 minutes, right? You need to do something in that first 27 seconds that guarantees that they're not leaving, so they get the whole message. And you see a lot of these videos, a lot of these Kickstarters, they're limping around at like $1,000, $2,000, and then you go and you look at their video, and it's like, "Hi, my name is Bobby, and I have the Kickstarter, and I wanted to do the comic books, and that meant I really need the money. So could you? Oh, you want to see the comic books? It's, you know, it's like it's terrible." even some of these the guys that are doing the bigger ones, they could be making 2, 3, 4 times as much if they'd have just spent the time and the money to make a solid pitch video rather than, you know, slapping a YouTube live stream up on that section, because nobody goes to Indiegogo to watch YouTube, right? They go to Indiegogo to shop, and people who are shopping want to see commercials that catch their attention. So that is the, like, if I could nail anything else into your head right now, that is key to making sure.
So on your video that you did for Indiegogo, did you, I mean, I believe your son did it, right? Or he helped you?
He edited it.
He edited it, okay. But
yeah,
was that something you did in-house?
Yeah, on his computer.
I mean, you did.
He's available for hire.
Say it again.
He's available for hire as a video editor.
Great. I will be hitting him up. Oh, what I'm saying is that you said spend the money to do it.
Well, because not everybody knows how to edit a video.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
My wife's asking me a question. What? She said something, I don't know.
She said mumble, 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 mumble.
Exactly. That's exactly what I heard.
How's she doing?
She's doing good.
Tell her I said hi.
Mike says hi. She's waiting. Doesn't want to get on the video.
Can't see her waving. All right. So what I did not do in my video, which is something that a lot of the Kickstarter, you know, the crowdfunder guys suggest doing, is an interview format video where you, as the person creating it, go in and you sit down and you look in the camera. Someone's asking you a question. You're looking at the audience and you're answering from the bottom of your heart, and you're telling them why this is important to you, why this is important to the world, and why this will be important to them, right? You've got to make the connection. It's not about you. My comic isn't about me, right? If I just want to sit down and draw all day long for fun, that's about me. But I'm doing something to build a larger world, to make a change in the industry that I love, that I've been a part of since I was a kid as a customer, and for over a quarter century as an artist, as a professional, right? I'm trying to make a change for the good. I can't do that. I can draw a comic book, but it requires all these people watching me, watching you, watching Diversity in Comics. You know, it requires them to be the builders, right, underneath us. We're just the guys with the blueprints. We're like, this is our blueprint. Help us build this blueprint. And then they come in, and they're the masses that move the mountain, right? You follow?
Makes sense.
Yes, okay. Where was I? Early adopter influencers, press. I covered that already. You want to get as much press as you feasibly can. I know it's hard to get the attention of press. And you know what? I mean, if you've got like 6 months or a year in advance, then start planting those seeds with anybody that you think would be interested long term. Like start building relationships with reporters or anybody who has any level of interest, who would be commensurate with what you are doing, with the project you're doing. Like if you think anybody who would be interested and has influence and can pass their influence and their interest onto you, then start building relationships with them as early as possible. That's a big deal.
My wife said that people, I guess it's in the chat. I don't see the chat because I'm on some other Google Hangout thing.
I don't see the chat either because I'm not watching it.
They said they want to know who I am.
This is Gary Shipman. He is a longtime friend. He's a Christian comic artist that does a book called Packin's Land, which was quite popular. back in the Stone Age. Um,
Oh,
no, but he's been doing it off and on for like a quarter century, and yeah, definitely something you should check out. Unfortunately, he has no way for you to buy it. He doesn't have it up as a webcomic. He doesn't have it up as a digital comic on Comixology. He just has it in his hand.
I just have it in my hand showing it to you right now. Should I put it? See, I need sage advice. I don't know what to do. I draw comic books. That's all I do. So
Yeah.
this is actually a wonderful thing that you're having me on here and you're explaining all this out. There's probably other people that have things that they're doing too, that they have a lot of, because over on my channel, people will come on and I'm drawing and they're asking questions. How do you do it? And I'm only at the level that I'm at. You're at a whole nother level. You've done a lot of things. Your experience is way more. And so this is going to be helpful for other people too if you leave it up. Probably you will, right?
I'll definitely leave it up, of course.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm going to make it so that I can actually read the chat. I won't be doing the scroll chat on this one and reading everything as I usually do. But if something pops, if you have a real specific question, just at me in the chat, and if it's of interest to the conversation, I'll read it out and answer it. So, also very important, find out what your break-even number is, and then, like, I set the break-even number.
Was that your 15?
15, yeah. So that would account for coloring, lettering, printing, and shipping, and whatever other ancillary crap I have to deal with. Packaging. Oh my gosh, packaging. So figured out that was about 15,000. And then if all I got was 15,000, I got to work on this for free for the next. And then I get to pack and ship it all for free. But
so
yeah.
You think that anybody like going 8, like say I think Ethan started at 8, but he soared up to 400,000, but he started at 8,000. Was that a reasonable amount, or did he undershoot that? If he would have only got 8, let's say.
I'm thinking he undershot that. I don't think he did the research, but I don't know. I haven't really asked him about it. So,
okay, it doesn't really matter. It's irrelevant now, but
yeah. So everybody who just joined us, Gary's link is in the description if you want to go down there and check out his videos and whatnot. You could just turn them on and mute them if you want to continue listening to us.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I thought you were just turn him on and mute him because he has nothing to say. Oh man!
Anything worthwhile Gary has to say, I'll squeeze it out of him. All right.
It's in this stream right now. So.
Do a webisode of Packins Land.
A webisode?
Yeah, start bringing your Packins Land onto your YouTube. Make videos of the comic.
Oh, so like I read it or something?
You could. We did a great dramatization. Did you see that one yesterday?
No.
Me and Edwin Boyette and I read the script. Edwin played Lone Star, and I played the
that's fun.
The illegal alien gang member. I thought it was pretty fun. I want to do one a little bit better and then animate it.
Oh wow, that'd be cool.
Kind of pitched the idea. I think it was cool. Fedora the Horrible says, I don't think EVS thought in his wildest dreams Cyber Frog was going to hit almost 500,000. I don't think so either. I told him like day one because I was watching the Diversity Comics and where that was, and then where Ethan was on day one at the end of day one, and I think on the second day I'm like, dude, this thing's gonna go to 400,000. And he's like, no, he's like, I don't think so. That'd be awesome though.
You know what's weird to me is that I'm not really a YouTube watcher. And I have done older videos where I just did, like I'd record the video, do the drawing, whatever, and then upload it. And then in the last week, like I said, I've been doing live streams, which changed the whole thing. But before that, I don't really go onto YouTube. I don't watch videos. But for some reason, I went onto YouTube and I saw like Ethan Ethan's video. I didn't know who he was. I think you may have introduced me to him one time at a con a long time ago, years ago. Did you?
Chicago, I think.
Yeah.
I think I did.
And you introduced me to him, and I said, "Well, who was that?" And you're all looking at me like I'm crazy. Anyways, so like maybe like 2 months ago, I don't know what it was. It was right before he started launching his Indiegogo thing, and it was just like I just happened to come at the right time, and all this stuff, this Comicsgate stuff starts unfolding, and all this stuff, and I'm watching it happen as it's happening. It's like history in the making. And then you're coming in, and I said, I was watching Ethan. I was like, Mike knows this. Mike knows Ethan, I thought. And then all of a sudden, yeah, of course, Mike knows Ethan. You guys are doing videos and stuff like that. But it was so weird because it seemed like, why am I watching YouTube videos now? Is it sort of like there's something going on in the ethos or something that people are coming together, and maybe there's a new thing is about to happen or is happening. It's already started. And I'm watching it. I'd like to be a part of some, I don't know what role I can play. I just have my ideas that I want to do, which do not fit in to Marvel, DC, or Image, any of that stuff at all. I mean, they would laugh at me if I was to bring my ideas to them. So I have ideas that I want to do, I'd like to launch. And that's why I'm asking you these questions, because I really like to do it. My heart has been in comics all my life too.
Yeah.
Just in a different way, I guess, than you guys have. I don't mean in a different way. I just mean that you guys have had a different path. You've gone into Marvel and DC and all that stuff. I haven't gone that way. So I'm just wanting to see, what does the future hold?
Right. Let me get back to this. Find out your break even. I already said get other guys to email their list. This one might be hard for you. It's be funny.
Really,
yeah.
Mike? Seriously?
Nothing.
Really? Wow. Be funny. Wow. You'll have to email me your jokes so I can use them.
And amp people up. You need a cheerleader. I need a cheerleader. Why did I write I need a cheerleader? I don't need a cheerleader. I am my own cheerleader. Although everybody says I'm like low T. I'm like, yeah, so in your video, like I said, it's your commercial. You want to hook them in the first 27 seconds. You want to build your story and then introduce the product. But with the comic book, you can build the story and introduce the comic at the same time. So that's a cool thing. And yeah, the audience has to get to know you. I already went over that. Like I said, these are notes from multiple videos, so they might overlap a little bit. Make sure, yeah, plan out your video, right? I did several drafts of the, hi, Mike Miller here, blah, blah, blah. I'm Mike Miller. And obviously I based that on I'm Billy Mays. I'm like, he's the best pitch man ever. I'm gonna model this after him. Yeah, I already mentioned the first mover bonuses. Incentives not available to later backers. I wrote the story is you. So again, this kind of gets redundant, but it's just putting a fine point on it. You are the person that has to build the trust with the fans, right? So yeah, leave your mug up there. You have a kind, gentle, lovable face. People will get to know you, and stop that.
Oh, they know me too much. Okay, that was too much knowing.
Let's see. Build a community. Obviously, do any kind of social media that you can. Facebook kind of sucks. Twitter's, I don't know. They all have their pluses and minuses. But hit as much of it as you can. I've been letting my Instagram kind of slack. I've got like almost 6,000 followers on Instagram, and I should be hitting them every day with Lone Star. But but you can't put links in, so it's hard for them to just go straight to it.
Right. Do you find that Twitter is good?
Twitter is good if you've got you know, people following you that embrace your product. Because I'll put something out there and people will share it and share it. They'll share much more on Twitter than they will on Facebook. But I think it's because the Facebook algorithms now keep a lot of people from seeing your stuff. So like I'll put something up and I'll get like a handful of likes on Facebook, even though I have you know, on my Mike S. Miller Illustrator Facebook, I've got over 5,000 followers. And I'll put something up and I'll get a handful of likes. I'll put the same thing up on Twitter and I'll get, you know, 100, 150 likes. So Facebook's algorithms suck. The only good thing about Facebook in this situation, like I was saying, is that you can target advertise. The target advertising in Facebook is freaking gold. So keep that in mind. You are the company family. I think that is, I mean, I didn't even have to write that down. That's just that's my objective belief about this whole thing, that you, not you, Gary, you, the guys in the chat, you, the guys who follow me on Twitter, you, the guys who are willing to plunk down the money for Lone Star and help to build this whole thing, they are the family that builds this. And I've said, I don't want to regurgitate it, but it is a very important point. You know, without your support, I couldn't do any of this. You hear that and you think it's so flippant when people say it, but no. In this case, when you're building something like this from the ground up, it is so true. It couldn't be any more true, you know?
Well, I felt that too, and I even mentioned it in one of my videos. I've been wanting to do live streams, but I didn't have the equipment to do it because everything that I would use, the quality was so horrible, and that or I couldn't get connected to Wi-Fi or whatever it was. And then so I did that Wonder Woman Gal Gadot piece. Oh,
that is gorgeous. Do you have that?
Yeah, I got it.
You guys, Gary does this really cartoony style on his own, but when he does these portraits, they are so amazing. Here, let me just click on it. Check this out.
This is a print that I made of it.
Wow.
When I did it, people jumped on board. You said I should make a print on Facebook. You said, make a print. People thought it was a good idea, so I did. And from that, the sales of this print and the original, I was able to buy the equipment that I needed to do live stream.
Nice.
And I told them, and the feeling that it gave me, I wanted to express that to people watching. You know, it's not just this flippant thing like you were saying. It really does matter. You know, people doing the things that they do to help or to support, even the words of encouragement in the chat, people talking, that people even care. I mean, that really does matter. It makes a big difference.
And is that all ink?
This
Yeah.
Gal Gadot piece?
Yeah.
This is a mixture. You should go watch the video. It's a 4-hour video.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm just kidding. It is a 4-hour. Actually, I started it like the other Wonder Woman I did. Remember the Angelina?
Yeah.
Here it is.
What's her
So
number?
originally, I don't know if you can see this because I can't see what's happening on my screen for some reason.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so anyway,
10 years ago.
Yeah, so this one got a lot of people enjoyed it, I guess, or a lot of people liked it. And so I thought, well, I'm going to do it. I'll do it again, but I'll put Angelina in the new tiara. And then as I was doing it, and all this is on a video on my channel, as I was doing it, I realized, why am I doing Angelina Jolie? Just do Gal Gadot. So halfway through the video, I change it from Angelina Jolie to Gal Gadot. So you can see the process there if you've got the gumption to sit through a 4-hour, well, you can just skip through.
Dude, you've gotten a lot better at that. Yeah, I'm always pushing Gary to do those portraits because his portraits are awesome.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Yeah.
You've
He's the man.
really been an encouragement to me too. I have to say, you've helped me because I think as artists, and I don't know if you ever have this problem or not, but I do. I'm not that I guess confident about things, and I kind of take a softer road or something. I don't know what it is. I just don't know if what I'm doing, if anybody cares, you know? And so doing the live streams on YouTube and showing the artwork and then getting anyone at all to come over and to talk with me and to ask questions, I'm astounded. You know, this is amazing. But you really have helped me. You've encouraged me a lot to do different things throughout the years, and I really do appreciate that. And I appreciate you.
I'm the man behind the man.
Behind every man,
Gary.
there's
So,
another.
everybody in the chat, I know Gary can't read it, but how many of you think you're going to go watch some of Gary's videos and interact with him on his live streams? Just pop a yup up there if you're down, and let's see if we can get Gary some support and love. Subbed. You got one sub. Yay!
Sweet.
That's it. You got one. Sorry, Gary. You only got one.
Well, actually, wait a minute.
You got two. All right, you got another one. Some people are another one. You got 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, 7. I don't know yet. 8. 8.5 then. 9, 10. Throw the link in. The link is in the. Oh, you mean throw it in here? The link's in the description, guys. Just go ahead to the description. It's right up at the top after the link.
I'll throw the link in.
Well, you got a bot. I'm not even. I stopped counting. You've got a whole bunch. You're gonna have a nice little bump up there. And these are people who these guys like to come in and like to communicate. So you're gonna have fun with them. One there. I subbed last week. Right on.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. To everybody who will come over to my channel and subscribe, here's just a taste of what you'll be seeing. More of this.
Are you suggesting they taste that poster?
Sure, why not? Also, I have prints available.
Where do you sell them?
I sell them here. No, I mean, people just, they private message me if they want something, and then we go from there. Usually, mostly I do things on Facebook. I have different albums on my Facebook page that they can art that I'm selling on Facebook. You just go to my photos. Are we still? Do you still hear me, Mike? Are you there?
Do you have a Square account?
Yes, I do.
Okay, with Square, you can create a web store for free, and people can buy your prints off your website. It's a limited store. It's not like, I don't think you can put up like 200 things like I have on my Shopify account. But go to your Square, like log into Square, sign into your account, and you can create a web store, and then you put the stuff up there. Dude, you're making it too difficult for people to buy the stuff they want to buy from you. You got to make it as easy as possible for the customer to get whatever it is they want from you.
So you're saying make a Square link or whatever, and then put it in like a YouTube video, like in the description?
I put it in the description. Yeah, my web store is in the description of every single one of my YouTube videos.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do that.
Like,
Wait, you can't, there's a limit to how much you can put in there, like pieces or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't use it. Eric uses it. You know Eric.
Yeah. Yeah.
I should interview him sometime. Get him pumped up. Although I don't think he has a YouTube channel, so probably not. But yes, I think was the answer to the question.
Okay, but well, what's the limit? You said that.
Oh, I don't know the limit.
Okay, never mind.
So the answer was not yes.
I'll look into.
Talk to Eric. He'll even know how to help you set it up. So
okay, cool.
Right on, right on. Doesn't Mike have a group for indie comics artists to join? Anyone know? I thought I heard him mention it. I would join it. He's a good artist. That doesn't ring a bell. Did I? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But yeah. So, do you want to shoot the crap about anything else, Gary?
It'll all come to me once we get off, probably, right?
Probably.
But I'll put a. Oh, I can't. I can't put. I'm not on your thing. I can't chat on your thing. I was just going to put a link to my YouTube, but you said it's down in your description.
Yeah.
Whatnot. So yeah. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to do this, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Lot of information. Maybe
Freedom Forge. Okay, hold on a second. Yes, Freedom Forge, thefreedomforge.com is a link. Well, you said indies. It's for everybody. It's for everybody. So anybody who is, you know, to the right of Stalin can go to Freedom Forge. If you believe in freedom of speech and freedom of expression and comic books, get your butt over to the Freedom Forge. Sign up. Create an account there. Populate the message boards. Populate the news stuff. Just get out there. If you have any suggestions, then friend James Hudnall on there and send him suggestions. He's the web guru, webmaster. So yeah, it's a website. I'll type it in the thing. Thefreedomforge.com. Edit and try again. What? Hey Gary, somebody wants to know how much that print costs.
The prints are $20 each. I can't hear you, Mike. I see your mouth moving. Anyways, the prints are $20 each. You can private message me. You can go to my Facebook. If we're not friends, become friends. I'll accept your friendship. I like friends. Mike's my friend. Anyways, if you message, you could private message me almost any way possible through Twitter. My Twitter is Gary Shipman Art. Instagram is Gary Shipman Art, probably. I don't know. But anyways, YouTube. You can't message through YouTube, can you?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways, they're $20 each. I got a bunch of different kinds.
$20 each if you can figure out how to get it from him.
You can figure out how to contact me.
Think of it as a game.
You can contact me through Facebook. That's through Messenger, on Facebook. You can email me. Hey, let's do that one.
Put your email out.
Here, I'll type it in your thing.
Into my thing? What thing?
In the chat.
Oh. Gary is posting his email on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, well, if people want to get a hold of you, what's the big deal?
Gary spelled his email wrong.
No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Wow. I did spell it wrong. So see, now they can't get a hold of me. So figure it out. See, it's going to be a mystery.
Figure it out, guys. That you know what comes after Cass. So if you want it, email Gary, and you guys can figure it out. Hopefully, he'll make a video about how he just created a website where he can sell stuff. Yes, Comcast, Dennis. Comcast. With that said, thanks for coming on, Gary. It was. I know you wanted all this information from me, and it was fun to kind of deliver it in this kind of a venue. And I think you got some new fans because, you know, you're a great guy. You're genial. Is that the right word? Genial.
I'll look it up. I'll let you know.
Gregarious. Effervescent.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
He's a great guy. His videos are fun, and he'll respond to all your wonderful jibing of him in the chat. So please, Chester Busby, respond. Thanks for responding to my Facebook. Oh, okay. Thanks. Yeah, no problem, Chester. So we'll talk later. And Gary, you stay on. I'm just going to let these fans go. So thanks, everybody. Say goodbye, Gary.
Thank you, everybody. Please come over to my YouTube channel. Watch my live streams. They're awesome.
It's in the link.
It's in the link.
And go support Lone Star if you haven't already. I know everybody here already has, but spread the love, spread the word, get it out there. We are over $21,000 now, and aiming for the moon.